And now joining us is Mr. Tim Guinee, who is an actor, leader, and mentor in former Vice President Al Gore's Climate Reality Project. Give it up for Tim!
Good afternoon. 36 hours ago, I was standing on the front lines of the Saddle Ridge Fire, which is in Santa Clarita, California, is threatening Los Angeles. You may have heard of it. I wonder whether you've also heard of the Sandalwood Fire, the Wendy Fire, and the Caples Fire, which are all burning in Southern California right now, and I wouldn't blame you if you hadn't. It's pretty hard to keep track of everything that's going on right now. What is our place in all of this? What are we doing to the world? What am I doing? What are you doing? In December of 2014, Governor Coumo rightly said that fracking was to be banned in New York State, citing health risks to communities engaged in fracking. And we should not forget the political pressure that he withstood to bravely make this decision. But doesn't this open a deep ethical question for us? Aren't we forcing the health effects we are trying to avoid on other human beings outside our state's borders? Human beings who share the right to clean, safe drinking water, who share the right to live in toxic-free environments. Aren't we in effect saying we don't care what happens to these people? We are simply externalizing our problems. This is wrong. I recently had the honor of speaking to the International Council of Indigenous Elders, fantastic, extraordinary environmentalists. The same week, I had the honor to have lunch with Greta Thunberg and her father. And I've had the honor and the luck to spend time with some of the great environmentalists around the world. And one thing that they all share in common that I want to mention to you is that they don't want to be thanked for what they're doing. They don't want you to turn them into heroes. What they want you to do is to take action, is to get involved right now. Don't externalize the action that must be taken on them instead of taking personal responsibility. And I say this to myself as much as I say it to you. The great Ben Stevenson wrote, "Those who will have the blood on their hands, those who will be judged most culpable by our children and by future generations are not only the denialists and obstructionists, but the moderates, the cautious pragmatists, the reasonable, serious, centrist voices who fail to acknowledge the true scale, urgency, and gravity of the climate catastrophe, and so fail to address it in any meaningful way. Nothing about our future is preordained. We must accept now, in this moment, that we are called on to make a decision. Will we continue to sacrifice future generations and all of creation on the altar of our own rapacious consumption and apathy? Will we indulge in what Dr. King called the narcotics of delay? Or will we rise? It is no longer enough to simply say, I believe in the climate crisis. That is meaningless. We must take action. We must end the build-out of fossil fuel infrastructure in New York. Will you agree to act every single day on the climate crisis as I do? If you are willing to do that, raise your hand. Keep your hand in the air and look around you. That's what hope looks like. That's what patriotism looks like. This is what love looks like. Thank you very much.